to look at the Ulefone Power Armor 14. We're going to take a look at the design, what I like about this phone, what I don't like about this phone, and then I'll tell you who I think this phone is for at the end of the video. Guys, if you are new to the channel, hit that like button, give me a sub, it would be much appreciated. Now, the price of this phone is only $149 on Hekka.com, and you can also get $10 off with the code Jeff10. It's also $229 on Amazon right now with a $12 coupon, so you can get it for around $217. So obviously a better deal on Hekka.com. And shout out to them for sending this out to review, not paid for in any way. You guys will see this before they do. So let's just get into the video, guys. Looking at this device, the first thing you are going to notice is just how chunky and thick this guy is. It's a chunker. It's built like a tank. And the reason it's so thick is because of inside of here, there is a 10,000 milliamp battery inside of it. And during my testing, I was able to go about 6 days, so almost 7 days before I had to charge this guy up. Another good thing about this device, it also does support wireless charging, which, you know, at this price point, $150, I think we're off to a good start. I think it's a really good thing. Basically, battery life for a week, and it does have 18-watt wireless charging, so a really good start here. Now, the color of this phone is gray and black two-tone with a rose gold accent. So we get that rose gold accent color here, right around the camera, and we also do have it on the Ulefone text. And I do like the accent color on here. I think it's a really nice look. And if we look at the side of the phone, you are also going to see we do get the volume up and down button in that same rose gold color accent color. And then right underneath that is the side mounted fingerprint sensor, which in my opinion, on a sub $200 phone, I think we're off to a good start. And you can see here, it does work pretty much every time. And it's pretty fast for a sub $200 phone. Overall, not bad at all. Now, if we take a look at the front of the phone, you are going to see the 6.52-inch LCD display with the teardrop hole punch and, unfortunately, some pretty big bezels on the top and on the bottom. The display on here is decent with some pretty good viewing angles. The colors are okay. You're not going to get those true blacks because it is just an LCD display. Now, this was released in October of 2021. And again, it's a chunker. So this guy does have some weight to it. It does weigh 358.2 grams, so it is a little heavy. Again, this isn't a phone you are going to want to keep in your pocket for extended periods of time. But I actually think it looks heavier than it really is. Now, again, a very rugged device. So we get the big battery. The corners of this phone do have some protection on it. And this is also IP68 dust and water resistant. So you are going to have some protection. Splash proof, no issues there. But you can also submerge this device in 1.5 meters of water for up to 30 minutes. Now, there's also drop protection on here with the ability to be dropped from 1.5 meters onto concrete, which is a little crazy. Now, this is a GSM-only phone, so unfortunately, if you are on Verizon or using CDMA, you will not be able to use this device here in the States. So just keep that in mind if you are thinking about picking this device up. So let's just talk about that display again. So once again, 6.52-inch IPS LCD display, and the resolution on here is 720 by 1600 pixels with a 20:9 aspect ratio with a PPI of 269 for that PPI patrol. There's always somebody that wants to know that. So look, unfortunately, the display, it's not the best quality, but we do get what we pay for here, right? We're paying $150 for the phone. Now, this also does have Gorilla Glass 3 on the front. And again, budget specs for a rugged device. This is built like a tank, and some of the specs on here are decent, just okay. Now, out of the box, it is running Android 11. It does have the MediaTek Helio G35 chipset in it, and the GPU is a PowerVR GE8320. So again, we're talking about budget specs here, and it is snappy. You can go in and turn off animations and get a little bit more out of it. Just be aware that you need to go into settings and do that. Now, internally, we do have 64 gigs of storage with 4 gigs of RAM, but thankfully, this does have expandable storage. So again, that is a plus with this phone, a very good option here. Now, the camera system on the back, it is a triple lens setup. The main camera is your wide angle lens, which is a 20 megapixel shooter. And then we also have a 2 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel depth camera. Now, I wouldn't expect a lot out of those, but the 20 megapixel main shooter, your wide angle lens, it's decent. If you are taking photos in good lighting, then you can get some decent or pretty good results out of it. But once you get into some low lighting areas, or you're trying to take some pictures at night, then the picture quality is not really the best. So again, budget specs, we're getting budget cameras all around, just a budget device. But we're paying $150 for it. I really can't complain for everything we get with this device for $150. Very impressive that they can fit all of these additional bells and whistles on here. Now, the video quality is on here. It's decent. The only thing it does, 1080p at 30 frames per second. And the video quality, again, on here is just, it's decent. It's okay. We're getting what we pay for once again. Now, I did mention bells and whistles a minute ago. So some of the other features with this phone, we do get the headphone jack. So 3.5 millimeter jack here, right under here. That's where we get our headphone jack. So I'm a big fan of the headphone jack still. We do have NFC, FM radio, Bluetooth 5.0, and of course the side mounted fingerprint sensor right here, which in my opinion works very well. And I think it's great. I think the fingerprint sensor works like it should, and it works every single time. Now, watching content on here is okay. YouTube or any other streaming platform, Amazon Prime, any type of videos, Netflix, it does a decent job. But the speakers on here, they're bottom firing speakers. So if you happen to cover it up, if you place it down, if you're sitting it down, or your hand just happens to cover up the speakers, it is going to be very difficult to hear what you are listening to. In the future, I would like to see both bottom and top firing speakers. Give me that stereo sound. I don't care about the price point. Give me, charge me another $20-$30 for it if you have to do that, but go in and give me some really good speakers. It does make a huge difference when consuming content. I want it to sound good. So look, this phone is definitely made for a certain person. It's rugged. It can last for almost a week on a single charge. It's built for the outdoors, right? And that's who I believe this phone is perfect for. So somebody that is camping, somebody that is out and about and traveling, I think this is a good secondary device for somebody that is just worried about being out and about and worried about their main device dying from, not having a place to charge your phone. This will last basically a week outside. So I think there are some good things about this device. A few things I would like to see: a little better display. I think we should get rid of the hole punch. We already have big bezels on the top and the bottom. I think we can get rid of that little teardrop. If you have to make the bezel just slightly bigger on the top, I would rather have that instead of this teardrop hole punch. This definitely a rugged and strong phone here. But again, I think it's made for that person that is out and about camping or on the go, moving, travels a lot for work, and needs a secondary device that they just know will always have a charge to it. And if their main phone dies, they can go pick that up and just start using that as a backup. I think this is perfect for something like that.